Hey guys, what is up? And welcome back to another edition of Four Dads Podcast with your hosts Teeds and Don Julio. Hopefully, you guys have had a good week. Last week we weren't able to get our pod in. Julio was sick, unfortunately. It happens, and didn't want to push it or rush it. So here we are. We had a lot of stuff that's happened over the last week or two. We finally got a round in. We'll talk about that. That was a lot of fun. We dropped the video yesterday, Wednesday. So hopefully you guys have seen that. If not, definitely check out our YouTube channel, 18 Hole Stroke Play. We'll get into it in a little bit. But first off, what I really wanted to talk about last week was the European Ryder Cup picks came in. Team Europe has their picks of 2025 Ryder Cup. It's coming up, I think, in a week or two. And obviously at Bethpage Black, and they got their team. The automatic qualifiers, for everyone who didn't know, was Rory McIlroy, Robert McIntyre, Tommy Fleetwood, Justin Rose, Tyrrell Hatton, and Rasmus Højgaard. The captain's picks were John Rahm, Shane Lowry, Victor Hovland, Ludwig Aber, Matt Fitzpatrick and Sepp Straka. So it looks like 1, 2
it's a good
live
team.
guys. It is a solid team, especially because Ludwig played in last Ryder Cup, so he also has that experience too. It's not his first one. I think Sepp Straka played in the last one as well. I don't know about Matt Fitzpatrick off the top of my head, but I think pretty much everyone has some experience for
the only guy on this team that I think could potentially have one of the worst Bethpage performances is Rory. Rory is the longest hitter on this team. He's a bit sporadic, right? If he gets too quick and then he plays the draw, which, like I said, the fairways get really narrow there when you're a long hitter.
Right.
But it's like for guys like Justin Rose, Sepp Straka, John Rahm, who plays the cut, Lowry, Fleetwood, Fitzpatrick, Oberg, Haddon. Dude, this is a really good team in my opinion. These guys these are very, very well-rounded players in my opinion. These guys don't have much of a chink in the armor when it comes to, chip shots, when it comes to rough fairway, driving accuracy. This is a very, very good team. Just in my opinion. I'm not saying that it's...
I'm sorry. I'm just looking at... I was trying to think of something while you were talking. I was trying to think of who has majors on the team. John Rahm, obviously, has got a few. Shane Lowry, Matt Fitzpatrick, Roy McIlroy, obviously, the Grand Slam. And I think it's about 5 guys, which is obviously pretty solid.
Doesn't Justin Rose have one? Or is he only one? I think he has...
he has a Masters, doesn't he? No?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe 6. I'm blanking right now. Let me see.
But I'm just saying, a lot of these guys still, dude, Oberg is coming, he's coming a top 10 in how many majors?
He's played very well in the majors.
Yeah. Fitzpatrick has been there. He has what? Fitzpatrick has the
US Open.
The US Open. Tommy just came off of
his first win.
The Tour Championship.
Robert McIntyre's been playing good this year. But it's also crazy to see Tyrrell Hatton as an automatic qualifier. Just like Bryson DeChambeau from Live, he had to earn it with the few opportunities that he had in the majors. And then they obviously took John Rahm as one of the captain's picks. So again, like I said, 2 guys from Live there. They have it's going to be a solid matchup, which sucks for the US in terms of in terms of ratings. It's good, right? It should be a good matchup on paper for both. It should be like neck and neck. But I don't know about you. I know some people like watching a good game when they're watching their team. Some people like a good game and to be close and they win in the end. I'm like, no, dude, I want to dominate the whole game and know that we won in the beginning, so I don't have to, worry about going to the ER because of my dang heart palpitations. I want to know right off the bat. But if I got no skin in the game, I'm totally fine for a good game.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm really trying to be Team USA, but it just seems like it just seems like this is just going to be. I mean, any pairing is just going to be. It's going to be tough for any player. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Sam Burns. I'm just trying to like Sam Burns, Patrick Cantlay, Bryson. It's probably going to be Bryson and Rory, in my opinion. Put the two long hitters together.
Do you
I
think they
just
would do that to like benefit one, or do you think it'd be better if Bryson faced somebody else? Like, who would that be a better matchup for? Would you think?
I think it'd be a better matchup for the U.S. because Rory's going to want to try and he's going to want to try and be just as long as Bryson, which ultimately just kind of gets in his head. And then
Yeah,
I think Bryson has a much better short game than Rory, but also Bryson is a stronger putter than Rory in my
definitely better
opinion
putter.
too.
Yeah.
Right. And then, if we were to go, I could see Ludwig playing. I could see Ludwig playing up against like Morikawa, right? Again, you know, still two very strong players going against each other. It could go either way, but Ludwig is a much stronger putter than what Morikawa's kind of been going through, and that's ultimately where the strokes are going to be made up from, right? Lowry versus probably JJ,
Mm-hmm.
Tommy versus probably Sam Burns,
Who would you
you
match
know,
up with Terrell Hatton?
Justin Thomas.
Yeah.
No, actually, if they want to be strategic, put the slow player with him. Put Cantlay with him. Because I mean, dude, Hatton's got a he's got a temper, right? I mean,
Dude, yes, that would totally be because especially when they got all frustrated at Catley, not about being
mm-hmm,
slow at the last Ryder Cup with the hat. He handled
mm-hmm,
that really well. Instead of like, firing him up and kind of like throwing him off his game, it really kind of locked him in. And I feel
mm-hmm.
like that wouldn't bother him if someone was kind of giving him looks when it came to, like, hey, hurry up or things like that, Um, that'd be interesting. I would pay to see that. Make sure you have the camera on Hatton at all times,
Yeah,
just to
yeah,
watch his reactions.
yeah. And again, too, it's like you have to think like if they're going to go team events, right? Like these are two really good teams, and you have to
Mm-hmm.
kind of offset each player, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it's going to be Rory and Lowry just because those guys are boys. I mean,
And
you
so
know,
how do they? So okay, I got a question for you that I don't even know the answer to. So when they set up these like the matchups, how do they set up the matchups? Because it's like, what if Europe doesn't want Tyrrell Hatton to face Cantlay, but USA wants him to face Cantlay? How do they set that up? Do they set that up like that, or do they have the number one team, the number two team, the number three team? Do you know how it works?
yeah, it's going to be number one team, number two team. I think
And they
that's
have no
how
idea who is on the other side when they make
I
these selections.
well they're going to have to know who they're playing against, but at
No,
this
I know,
point,
but I mean, like before they set it up, like once it's like going to like a baseball game, and they have their lineup. The other team has their lineup. They know who they're starting. The other team knows who they're
oh, that's a
starting,
good
and they
question.
don't know till they get there. And then that's what I
They
mean.
probably they'll probably do something like that to where they'll just surprise them because the
Yeah.
captains are going to have to make the matchups and then basically the negotiations of who's going to play against who, right?
Hmm.
The captains are going to say, well, no, how about we do this? I mean, that's behind closed doors, and then these guys just show up and play.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, but yeah, I mean the team games will be interesting. Alternate shots going to be tough, and that's where it's going to have to get really creative because you have to get players that they mesh together, right? It's
Right.
all about kind
Hmm.
of do these guys connect? And this entire European team, I mean, all of these guys are like this looks like a fraternity picture in my opinion. All these guys have great relationships with every single person. I mean, even the vice president or the vice captains on here have probably thrown back a couple Guinnesses with every single person on this team. You look at the US team, it looks like a baseball team where yeah, we know what our purpose is, but we don't really like each other. It's pretty quiet in the locker room.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, and that's kind of the big difference. Like when we go back to full swing, you kind of see the separation of kind of guys who are kind of trying to make it and guys who have made it. They've had their fame and the way that they the way that they converse with everyone, right? It's very different. It's night and day difference. I
Hmm.
mean, you don't see Ben Griffin, hanging out with Scotty Scheffler on the tee box or on the range. It's like if you look around who's Scotty, it's going to be Scheffler or Schauffele. It's going to be Colin. It's going to be
The top
Justin.
guys.
Yeah, the top guys, like the
Well, hey,
guys
so
who.
I got a question for you. If you were the Ryder Cup captain,
Mhm.
like the team captain, how would you try to mesh these guys together? Try to figure out who works best with what? Do you have what would your plan be to prepare this whole team to not just get along and become friends, but also try to figure out psychology of stuff? Have you ever thought about that? Like what you would do in that situation to like get a better perspective on that?
It's a great question because I mean, if there is animosity within the team, you got to figure out where it's stemming from. Whether if it's Bryson and his huge paycheck that he got, and maybe his lack of kind of the seriousness of the game, right? Is it Colin Morikawa and his quick little one-liners that he means passively, but kind of says it like with a purpose,
Mhm.
And I would, if it were me, what I would be doing is, okay, if we're going down to the pro core to go play, we are all staying in the same house. We are
Mhm.
going to be doing bonding, right?
Mhm.
We're going to be doing things that kind of brings everyone together where maybe we learn something new about each other aside from just being competitors on the course,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
And that's really what I would do because again, right? I mean this is like Team USA for me, when I played baseball is you're representing something more than just yourself,
Mhm.
right? You're
Yeah.
representing your country. And that's where I think that this is where Keegan Bradley, being Captain America himself, is this is where that's going to be the hardest thing is bringing all these guys together,
Right.
and saying, hey, what's our purpose, right? And then in that time, I think what's going to be even harder for any captain is seeing which guys in the house are gravitating towards each other a little
Mhm.
bit more,
Yeah.
right? Because then if they're clicking, you're going to get a better result when it comes to alternative shot, when it comes to the team play,
Mhm.
ball,
Right.
and everything like that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, I've kind of thought about what I would do just because of what happened last time with Zach Johnson. I felt like he didn't do a good job to really prepare everything. It seemed like everyone was taking breaks before leading up to the Ryder Cup, and it just seemed all rushed, and it just didn't sound like he was really prepared for what was lying ahead. And at
Mhm.
that time, I was like, dude, like I would get these guys together, like probably something similar, get a massive Airbnb for like a week or 2 weeks before, a week or maybe a week and a half or 2 weeks before, a week and a half, 2 weeks total, but like a week or 2 weeks before the Ryder Cup. I would just have everybody, I'd have two to a room for one, you know, like just like the old days, like in college or high school, just bunking up with someone else, and I would definitely, everyone eat together, everyone hang out together. Uh, sports, bring out the game consoles, bring out some other like little fun things, whether it's
Yeah.
poker, just messing around, hanging out with the guys. Uh, Obviously, probably play 36 holes a day, maybe a few days of 18 holes, but 36 holes a day to get some different matchups, whether it's 4-on-4, 2v2, mix it around, just see that. And of course, you can obviously tell like towards the end who gravitates towards each other,
Mhm.
more, but just try to get a mesh and then also do like a silent uh, questionnaire where it's like, hey, who do you prefer? Who do you like to play with? Who do you not like to play with? What do you have against this person? Something that you can maybe tell them up front, like, hey, no one's going to know about this except for me. And I promise you, it will not get out anywhere as long as you can, you can trust me on this, and hope that they do give honest answers as to what they are comfortable with, why they aren't, and what's not, what they don't want, and hope
Mhm.
that in the future that you can find a few of those that can match up better than others. Because it's not the end of the world sometimes to put people who don't like each other together. Because
Yeah.
sometimes like they say, opposites attract. Sometimes you never know; it could benefit you. Where it's like, hey, I didn't think I'd like playing with this guy. I didn't have a good time with him. But when it came down to actually the like it was us two versus the other side, and it was like the us versus them. It just didn't really matter, and
Yeah.
things happen. So I don't know. I mean, there's obviously different ways you can go about it, but I feel like you definitely got to get everybody together for multiple days at a time. Like block
100%.
out everything, like a training camp preseason, something like
Yeah.
that. Remember the Titans, just like take them to a different area. Like what is it? The golf trip.
Yeah.
There's like a golf trip YouTube or Instagram where you can like rent your own golf course for like a day, and you have
Yeah.
that whole thing. Just do like something like that where you don't have to worry about anyone else on the course. But I think that would probably be one of the better things to do. And I mean, I think that would be awesome. Honestly, I think it'd be really cool just to set that up. Just to get it all going and see who's who. Because obviously, like you said, people hang out on the range and stuff like that, but you don't really know the other people that well. Besides a few light conversations, unless you went to school with them, or unless one tournament your wives of course shared an Airbnb or something like that, and you got dragged along and had to stay with them, because I know players do share Airbnbs from time to time with their families to save money and stuff like that. But I don't know, I just hope they do it right this time, whatever it is. I hope they do a better job of it and they prepare better, because like you said, the team looks pretty stacked. There's not many chinks in the armor, and it's not going to be an easy win. And obviously in the last Ryder Cup, it was not pretty at all.
Yeah. And I mean, I think you hit on some good pieces there. I think the person who's kind of like the playing possum, in my opinion, and chat, you can you can leave a comment, but I think a big deciding player in this on the US team is Patrick Cantlay. You can utilize his time that it takes him to hit the ball to really kind of ice some players, like big time, right?
And he's in the US too, so he's not going to get chirped by the fans.
Yeah,
know.
Well,
100%.
I mean, you never know. I mean, dude, Europeans are
they can come here and say that, but now since you're on American soil, you have Americans say, "Shut up, hey, shut up, you shut up over there." Compared to like in Europe, and you don't feel comfortable like when you're in a foreign country, getting a little loud. But I don't know.
I don't know, but I think that there's something to be said about that, right? I mean, you got to pair him with the guy who probably has the hot hand just to throw him off, right?
Yeah.
I mean, play games. I mean, even with Justin Thomas and JJ kind of doing Colin Morikawa and JJ doing aim point with how long they take, right? I mean,
the
dude,
tap-ins, it's like 2 feet instead of giving it to you, just like go up there and do aim point, just like to like
100%
piss them off.
100%.
You want me to take
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Cool. You just got, get in their heads about it, right?
Right.
So, like I said, I think there's something to be said about it. I think it'd be pretty cool to kind of see.
That'll definitely be one match wherever Cantlay is in that I really would like to, check out, just to watch the opposing side, their faces, see like what do they play, like a Charlie Hull, like where she's just like sitting down on the ground, just like waiting, just like smoking a cigarette, like what the heck, dude, this is ridiculous.
So the other thing about the Ryder Cup, have you had a chance to take a look at at the clothing? Their
a
uniforms?
Little bit. Who's the USA?
Ralph Lauren.
Yep.
Ralph Lauren.
I will say the one thing that I did like, the only thing that I would like potentially consider getting is I think it's the Navy flag hat, the rope hat.
I'm looking at that one right now, actually.
So sick. So sick. I'm like, you could rock that for, 4th of July, Memorial Day. It's just a good hat, but besides that, I'm kind of like, they never really knocked it out of the park, with any of their stuff. And I feel like it's not too difficult, but they just try to, I don't know.
What was the year that Nike did it? It was a while ago, but it had to have been around the time when we were working. You were working at Roger Dunn's. I had to have been working for Golfsmith.
And
I just remember being like, oh, dude, these are like this is like Tiger shirts without the TW on it. Like these
Yeah.
are sick. And it had like the cool or the dry fit, so it had like the little hole so it was breathable. I
Mm-hmm.
remember that one. I remember I had the red one, and then I put it in the dryer, and like
Oh no.
the stuff what was it? It just got too hot, and then
It melted.
like no, it didn't melt, but it just detached. Like
I mean,
the
like all
glue
these
on
shirts, dude. Like it's like I'm
the
sorry, but I don't live by a
polyester.
dry cleaner as much as I would
Yeah.
love to, or like I forgot to take it
Oh
out of
yeah,
the
like
dryer
Travis
because
Matthew. Yeah.
it's like come on, man. Like I'm already paying how much, and now I can only wear it once before it ruins. Like
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
But
that's kind of why I got away from like Travis Matthew, honestly,
yeah.
because you put Travis Matthew one time in the dryer and it goes down a whole size, and you're like, dude, now this
Can
sucks.
I return
But
this? Well, sir, you bought a large. Why'd you bring in a medium? No, no,
yeah,
no, no, no. It's a large.
yeah, it's a large.
Shrunk a little bit. Sorry. Man, but I mean, speaking of Cantlay, in his long rounds, we finally got a round in. We finally played together Memorial Day weekend, Labor Day weekend, and Saturday. And oh my gosh, dude, our round was 6 hours. It was
Yes.
brutal. Like, great company helped, but wow. Like, and again, we just dropped the video yesterday or on Wednesday when you're seeing this, probably drop it on Friday. But 6 hours, and even while we were playing, like we have clips where it's just like, man, our wives would be so frustrated, dude. I can already tell. Like, and then we were like, we're so sorry. We did not mean for this to happen. Like, it took like 3 hours to get through the front nine. I was like, oh no, like, wow. Like, I don't play too many rounds on the weekend specifically, so I avoid that. If
Yeah,
I don't have to.
I just think it's crazy that literally on the second hole we had that twosome pass us, and they were like, "Yeah, you guys are playing a bit slow," and it's like, it's the second hole. We just got to the tee box. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what are you talking about? You're a twosome stacked up. You're a twosome behind a bunch of foursomes today. There was 3
Mm-hmm.
foursomes behind us.
Mm-hmm.
They were the only twosome, and yet we were pushing on them at one point throughout
Yep,
the
a
rest
few
of the round.
times. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
until they just bailed, basically. Those guys, I mean, we didn't see them,
I
but
didn't think
then
of
they
some on
just
the back
bailed.
nine, right?
Yeah. It was like, what is going on? Like,
Right. It's
you
like
just have the audacity just to drive up and just be like, yeah, you guys are playing slow. And it's like, there's a group right there.
where are
Like,
you going? Like, what
yeah.
do you think you're doing, sir? Like, sure, go for it. Yeah, go and see what we have to wait behind anyway. I mean, I know a lot of people just have issues when people just have a camera, and they're like, oh my gosh, like these guys are like taking forever. And it didn't help that I lost my ball on the first shot of the freaking round, and I took probably like 2 to 3 minutes trying to find it,
Yeah.
and then I
And then you
chunked my
chub. And then
approach
you,
shot,
yeah.
and then that first hole was, yeah, okay. Maybe if you saw the first throw, like, holy crap, you guys are slow. Okay, I had an 8. Okay, yeah. Spoiler alert, I'm going to say it right now. If you haven't watched the video and you want to, spoiler, pause the podcast right now. We're going to talk all about it. And just let you know, yeah, spoiler alerts are coming, but I quad bogey on the first hole, and it wasn't the worst. The crazy thing was, between our match, we had an 18-hole stroke play match. Hulu gave me 3 strokes based off his +2 handicap from the Blues, and I played off of a 4. And not to be rude, but that wasn't the worst hole of the day.
Mhm.
We had some high scores. We had some high
On that front
scores.
nine.
Yeah, front nine was brutal.
I watched the video. It was like 2 completely different players.
Dude, you were even on the back, and you were 9 over on the front. And you were 5 over on one hole.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, what? And then I was 11 over on the front, and I was 6 over on the back. And man, it was just like, and I think for like 6 straight holes, I was like 1 over after like 6 straight holes on the back nine. It was like par,
Yeah.
par. And it's just like, it sucks, man. Sometimes, like, I feel like if I just got out of that first hole, I would have been in a lot better headspace. But I don't know. I mean, that course did not do us any favors. The greens were weird. It was like they were, like you said, they were micro
punched,
punched,
and then they were punched
top
and then top
dress,
dressed, and it
but
was
they were
like,
still fast. Like, they
Yeah.
were crazy fast. Remember that was it the whole 3 where I had, like, that 50-foot putt downhill, and I, like, tapped that thing, and it looked like it was I honestly thought it was going in for a second. My heart was about to drop if I made that thing, and then it rolled
Yeah.
past, like, 6 feet. I'm like,
Well, and look
"What?"
at mine. I hit
Yeah,
mine even softer, and
I
I was
know. Yeah.
further than
Dude,
you.
it was just a wild round because, again, you were playing at a +2, I was playing at a 4, and I shot an 89 and you shot an 81. Like, you're not
Yeah.
gonna be expecting those kind of scores. Yeah, people shoot bad scores, but, like, whoa, Nelly, like, that was horrendous. Like, I was talking to my dad after, I talked to Stephanie, and I might even mention it to you, but I'm just like, when I play my other rounds, like, when either if I'm, like, by myself, I feel like I play a lot better because I'm a lot more focused, I'm engaged in the round, I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do, like, there's not many distractions, and don't get me
Mhm.
wrong, playing with, Corey and Bronze, good dudes, fun time. Love Bronze. Corey's a great guy. We had a good time. We had a lot of laughs, but that's the problem with me in golf. I had too many laughs. Okay.
Too
And,
many
like, there were
laughs.
so many times where, like, Bronze would say
I don't
something
like
under
to
his breath.
laugh.
Like, no, that's the thing. Like for me, resetting after laughing really hard after a comment or a joke or whatever, it's just like takes me more to reset it. I can't just, like, reset for like a 2 seconds to take a shot. Like, I need to really stop because I can get in that giggly phase where it's just,
Yeah.
you're just laughing and LeBron's is saying stuff under his breath, little inside jokes, and I hear it mid putt, and I'm like, bro, like, not like it would have helped, but I might not have hit it 5 feet past, and I'm just like, because I'm a totally different person. If you see my other videos where I'm just by myself, I'm shooting like 79s, like, no problem, but, like, I just struggled so much, and then also the weight didn't help either, being like waiting so much for the round and things like that. But that was the first time that I played like a foursome in a while, and I loved. Don't get me wrong. Again, I enjoyed playing with the company that we had. It was a lot of fun, but
Yeah.
competitively wise, no. Like, I just you could tell by my play, chunk here, chunk there. Like, I had some good drives, but that was, oh man. And then the fact that you
That
birdied
par 5.
13,
Yeah.
you birdied 13 from behind a freaking tree, and I'm 30 yards out from the fairway, and I par. And I'm like, gosh dang it, bro. Like, are you kidding me? But sorry, yeah, sorry, that par 5, the first par 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say that par fives got me the last 2 times that I've played
It
there. I
is
mean,
so intriguing. It's like you want to go, like, that pin placement though is the most difficult pin.
Mhm.
Back left on that high hill when, like, that drop off is so steep and there's so much green, and then you can kind of see the water in the front. But dude, to be honest, I forgot about the water in the back, and I played
I
there
had
like
no
10
idea.
times. I
Yeah, I had
totally
no
forgot
idea it was
about that.
there. I had no idea it was there. I was like, "There's water back here?
Yay.
What just happened?" So, I mean, I saw my ball bounce. I'm like, "Okay, cool. Just a chip shot. Should be fine. No big
Right.
deal." No. Like, think again.
Dude. Oh,
Yeah.
man. I
But
mean,
it was I
yeah.
mean, I had fun
Mhm.
regardless. I mean, when I got home, it was like I literally, like, put my clubs in the garage. I walked straight to the backyard, grabbed a beer, cracked it open, took a sip, and I jumped into the water with my golf shorts still on. I just took off my shirt. Like, I was like, I need this.
Oh man. I thought you were gonna say like your wife just handed you your baby. Like, here you go.
Dude,
Right?
she was pissed. I mean, she didn't say anything
I'm
because
sure every
obviously,
wife was. Stephanie was frustrated, which makes sense. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would be too, but it's out of, like, they don't at least unless you're let me say this. If you golf, you know that this happens. It's not in your control. It's different if you go out and have beers with the boys or whatever after that's on you. But, like, you can't control some of these, rounds. You can't control who's there. Can't control the
yeah.
pace. And you don't
Well,
want to
well,
skip a hole or
even
two,
right. Well, even then, I mean, even then, it's like if you do stay and have some brews with the boys and you come back a little sauced, it's like, how dare you? You risked yourself to do that and come home. It's like, oh my gosh. But okay, but if you go out with your girls and you get a couple margaritas in you, then all of a sudden you come home laughing, stumbling up the stairs. It's no big deal, right? But
It is
if
if
I
you
do
make
it,
it. It is if you make it. That's the
if you
thing.
make it, yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I know it's like Issa's just gave me like this look, and I'm like, wow, she's playing this really well. I was like, my mom and dad are here. She doesn't want to be mean.
Julio's
You
like,
know?
we're not leaving. We're gonna stay
Yeah.
until this pass is over. I'm gonna use
Yeah.
them as my defense until just let me know when you're ready, okay? And we'll go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
I mean,
But it was,
the funny thing, everyone was saying it. Everyone was saying it. They were like, "Oh, dude, like our wives would be so frustrated."
oh yeah,
Oh,
100%.
dude.
I mean, it was just fun. It was just fun anyways. Like I had a great time as always.
Yeah.
Um, and so yeah, like I said, I watched the video and I'm like, dude, I look like people are probably gonna be like, +2, this guy sucks. And then all of a sudden you look at the back there and you're like, oh, actually that's a pretty good shot. Oh,
Right,
wow, that was
right.
impressive. You know?
Exactly. It's like it's kind of like, hey, they had me in the first half. Not gonna lie, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. My buddy Danny, who follows us on TikTok, he sent me the video and was like, he's like, I've never seen you shoot +9 like on any round we've ever played. And I was like, yeah. I was like, it was just different. I was like, it was kind of like we're just getting going. We have our buddy who's with us. You know,
Mhm.
he's being very conscientious of kind of like what he's doing, but he also wants to get feedback from everyone. I said, you know, it's fun. Like we've all
Yeah.
been there,
Hmm.
but it's
Yeah.
also just kind of like it's like the par five just hurt me the most. Other than that,
Yeah.
is like the par three is a triple. And then it was like we get to the par five, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" I hit a great drive, and then I go and hit what should have been just a full seven, no big deal, right? 201 downwind, like no big deal. And I end up hitting just a hair behind it, and just the ball doesn't fly; it just goes right into the water. Then I drop where you're at, and I hit a chip shot, and I played it, and then it goes long, and I'm thinking, okay, it should be fine. Now we're dropping for 6 back there, and it's like, what is going on? Played the next one. I'm like, is something wrong here?
Dude, yeah. I mean, it was the crazy thing was it was both of us. After the first hole, I like quad, you part. I was like, oh boy. And then you go in the water next hole on the par three, and I was like, maybe it left something open here. Okay. Then
Yeah,
I literally stuck the green. I think my ball was like halfway into the green. It did not. It just went
yeah, it
just
just plugged.
plugged.
Yeah,
Terrible. And like fortunately I was able to two putt that because I was like, don't leave it short. Don't leave it short. Left it 5 feet short, like an idiot. And I was like, gosh dang it. I said one thing and you leave it short. And oh man. But I mean, like a lot of the putts too, dude. Like we had a few good putts, but like I think it was like the fourth hole where you were like, I think you were left on the green and it was to the right. It was that one where you used a 3-wood and you smashed it down that crazy drop.
hmm
And I like before your shot, I'm like, I don't think he's playing enough break, dude. I know you're hitting through the break, like under my breath while you were hitting, because I didn't want to like say it out loud. I was like, I don't think he's playing enough break. And as soon as you hit it, I was like, nope, didn't play enough break, and it just
yeah.
way over.
I didn't even see it like moving that much. And then on top of that too, I was thinking, okay, because it's top dress, they only did a micro punch. Like it still should be slow and it's not going to move a lot. And I was like, what?
Well,
Like
isn't it
that
crazy too
sucks,
when you
dude.
watch it over? I don't know about you, but when I watch these over, sometimes I'll be like, how did I see the break that way? Like you could see it on the
Oh,
camera, and you're like, what? How did I? What, you
yeah,
idiot? No, don't do that. No. It's kind of like
yeah,
Interstellar. Like, no, don't putt that way.
yeah,
Putt over here. Use the other side, please. But
yeah.
yeah, it was a fun time. It was definitely a good time. It was great seeing you. It wasn't terrible weather. I think it was like low 90s.
It was just super humid in my opinion. I like my legs when I was in the what was I was I in the bunker? I was somewhere, but like my legs just felt so sticky with all the sand
Oh,
or just
really?
all the like all the dirt,
Hmm.
everything. I was just like, oh my
Yeah,
god, like what is this?
yeah. I mean, how did you like? Well, were you in a few bunkers? I take it right. I'm blanking. You must have been.
I don't remember. I don't think I was. I don't
No,
think I
okay.
was
Because
in
I
a
was gonna ask
bunker.
you
I just
how you
had
liked them because they were newer. They just redid them a few months ago.
Well, I think just all the sand from like the wedge shots like in front of the green
Oh, I
because
got you.
because
Hmm.
everything's dressed, but it was like I could feel it on my legs.
Yeah.
And then after I had showered, I didn't even realize it, but like I got pretty chewed up. by mosquitoes too. So I was like,
Yeah, I
what
got
the
bit by
heck?
it must have been that round because I did too. Like a few days ago, I was like, why am I like when was I outside at night or
Yeah.
whatever, you know? And
Yeah.
but like, yeah, dude, it was a good round, a good weather. I mean, and like I will say though that the round that we played with the pin placements, besides that par five pin placement on the first par five, was like very
Mhm.
diabolical. You do not want to really go for that just because of such a small area that you can't miss.
Yeah.
Those pin placements are fun. That
Yeah.
the 12th hole par five where like it's sloped all the way down. It's like a massive funnel where you chipped it. You're like, oh, did it too far. I'm like, nah, you're gonna like this. I've seen this one before, and I like almost rolled all the way in.
Dude,
Um,
did you realize that Corey shot even par?
No. I didn't keep
Yeah.
track of his scores. Really?
He had that one. He had a couple what was it? He had I think he had two bogeys. He had two bogeys after going like he was 2 under on the front or something like that. And then those two bogeys and he got one back and then he had the double and it was like even. It was
This dude's like,
I,
"Yeah, I played 4 times this year." I'm like, "What does that even mean, dude? Like, what 4 times and you're shooting even par? Like, why are you here? Why are you not why are you working? Why are you not on the tour, dude? Like, if you're shooting even and you only play 4 times a year."
hey, I will say, like when I met Corey at Boulder Ridge, dude, the guy doesn't miss. Like his stance of like standing over the ball, I know it could be like go,
Right, right,
like,
right.
but dude, he doesn't miss. And for him to come out for not touching his clubs, I think he said it was like 4 months. No, it was just a couple weeks. But his third round was at San Joaquin with one of the old members that we knew from
Mm,
Boulder, and yeah, he went out there and fired off a 76, like it was no business at
must be nice.
San Joaquin, and I was just like, he, I mean, first and foremost, like he doesn't, I mean, he doesn't hit the ball as far as what he used to, but even then,
He's got a good short
his
game.
yeah, his shot, I mean, his drives don't get away from him. Where like
Mm,
for us, if we're just a little bit off, it's going a long
mhm.
way,
Yeah,
but also a long way in the wrong direction.
yeah.
But also, yeah, I mean, his irons, it's like he always clubs up just a little bit more. If he needs the full shot, he grabs it all the way at the top of the grip. If he wants to flight it, take 5 yards off, he chokes down and hits his shot. And everything's just that small little draw. It's very, very rare that you'll see him hit cuts, but then you put a putter in the guy's hand and it's like, I think got a laser on it or what? I
Dude, he was
mean,
just like, "This one's going in," or he said something, he drained like a
yeah.
15 or
He's
20
like, he's
footer
like,
for
I see
birdie.
it. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
He's like, I see
"Are
it.
you kidding me?" Like, and yeah, like you were saying, like over the ball, he literally sits there for like 30 seconds, I feel. Doesn't
Oh,
he's like, "You time me though," versus someone else's pre-shot routine. Like, I'm faster than them because I just
yeah.
don't do anything else. And I'm like, I don't know how you could do like, okay, you played Halo 3 back in the day, right?
Yeah.
So you remember the phantom the phase cannon or whatever, it takes like
Hmm.
5 seconds to load and then it would shoot like a
Yeah.
crazy laser. Like I would
Hmm.
always say like I could never use that cannon because by like 4 seconds I'm like my controller's like going around because I'm trying to hold it steady for like 5 seconds or like follow the person. Like I just can't because it takes too long. I was telling Corey, I'm like, it's impressive that you can like stay still like that long. And even one of his putts, like I was holding in a sneeze for like the longest time. As soon as he made contact, oh shit. I was
Yeah.
like, gosh, dude, like I had to hold that in for so long. I didn't want to tell you to step off because I didn't know if it was gonna come through or not. But like I was like, bro, come on, hit the ball.
For my bachelor party, him and my cousin, they got hammer drunk the night before. I mean, they went through like a whole 30 rack.
Oh boy.
They killed a what was it? They killed a Jack Daniels. They fell asleep on the couch, and then we had like a 9 a.m. tea time. So it's like everyone's up. We're like, we got to get to TPC Scottsdale like before the traffic. Let's go because the tournament was going on while we were there.
Oh dang.
And so we get there, and Corey is struggling. But dude, I kid you not, like every time because he was drunk, he continued to drink, right? I mean, he's standing over putts, and it's just like, there it is, But
Man,
it was hilarious. I'll never forget that. And finally, we get back to the house, and he's like, "I really need to relax." Then he goes and takes like a cold shower, comes out, and he's just like all re-energized. He's like, "Hey guys, who's ready? Do we need to go make a stop to Walmart? Like, let's go do this. Let's go do that. Where are we going tonight? What's the game plan?" Then we go to Top Golf, and then we're trying to like get into just a bar, just like go sit down, bro. They were trying to charge us because it was
that
seven
weekend.
dudes. It was like
Oh,
seven dudes. They were trying to charge us like $500 a booth, and we're just trying to go to the bar. Like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. Like, nope. We're like, what do you mean? You're a bar. Like, just let us in so we can go to the bar and just have a drink and just hang out. Wasn't happening, but
what?
yeah, it was a fun
I
weekend.
know. I
Like,
was bummed I wasn't able to make it. I would have loved to go. I
dude,
literally had my outfit
TPC,
ready to go. I started thinking about it, and it's just like
yeah,
I don't know. I didn't even know.
yeah.
The only downside, I also didn't have like a travel case, so I was like, ah, like
Yeah, everybody had fun. Like literally the first day, it was like all we did was just chip and putt because there was a
I know.
chipping
I
and
saw.
putting area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Looks
it
sick.
was it,
It
it
looks
was
sick,
good,
dude.
dude. Yeah, it
It
was a good
looks
time.
sick, but I think it's a good spot to wrap up the pod for this week. I know like again, Ryder Cup's coming up soon.
Hmm.
Hopefully we're able to get around. Hopefully we can meet up again next month. I'm hoping we can. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I think if anything, just because it's going to start getting cold, right? I mean,
I think Half Moon Bay
it'd
might be the play next month.
be tough with the wind. I was going to say, if anything, too,
Okay.
if your buddy
I'll
over
ask
at
him because I remember I was talking about it and he was talking. I think it was either September or October where they're going to be all the courses are going to start
punching
punching. So either
a
one, yeah,
late
would be
punch,
would be sweet. Don't get me wrong, but
maybe we can try and get one at the end of the month or something. I don't know. The
yeah,
girls wouldn't, the moms wouldn't hate that,
no, 100%.
you know?
But
Yeah. So,
all right, guys.
all right
Well,
then, brother. Well, have yourselves a good one, guys. Don't forget, we have some awesome deals with Primo. Use Four Dad's code, get yourself 15% off. Sunday Swagger is going to drop their new fall launch pretty soon here, so use promo codes there. Trying to think of what else. What else do we have?
Sunday
What's the?
Swagger, and then
Yes, I just said Sunday Swagger
yeah,
Primo.
no, I know Sunday Swagger Primo. It's pretty much it for now.
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
the
I mean,
battle
if
bars, we got battle bars as well, obviously.
the
But besides that, yeah,
battle bars are still good. So yeah, check it out, and uh, we'll just close this out with just saying, let your have yourselves a good night. Keep your families close. Protect your loved ones, and God bless. And remember to stay fly and go low.